Welcome to my channel. Before you watch another second, I want you to imagine something that may completely change the way you see your life forever. Imagine waking up tomorrow morning and discovering that someone has secretly counted every single day you will ever live. And instead of seeing endless tomorrows, you see a number that keeps getting smaller with every heartbeat. Now, ask yourself this question. If today were one of the last truly meaningful days of your life, would you still spend it exactly the way you planned? Stay with me until the very end, because what you're about to hear isn't just another motivational speech. It may become the conversation that changes the way you value every minute, every relationship, every decision, and every dream you still have inside you. Most people believe they have plenty of time. They postpone happiness, delay their goals, ignore their health, and silence their dreams because they think there will always be another chance. But one day, they wake up and realize that life didn't slow down for them. It quietly moved forward while they were waiting. The truth is simple but uncomfortable. We are all spending our lives one ordinary day at a time without realizing that those ordinary days eventually become our entire life. Have you ever looked at the clock in the evening and wondered where the whole day disappeared? Now imagine asking the same question after 10 years. That is how quickly life moves when you live on autopilot. Scientists estimate that the average person lives around 30,000 days. It sounds like a large number until you begin subtracting the days you have already used. Suddenly, you realize that your greatest resource is not money, fame, or talent. It is time. And unlike money, time can never be earned back once it is gone. That is why this message matters so much. You do not need more time. You need to learn how to spend it wisely. Today, I want to share life-changing strategies that can transform the way you think, act, and live. These lessons are not based on empty motivation. They are built on human psychology, real experience, and practical wisdom that anyone can apply. If you are also learning English, this journey will help you improve your listening, vocabulary, pronunciation, and fluency while filling your mind with ideas that can genuinely improve your life. You are not only learning a language, you are learning how to express yourself with confidence and purpose. Let's begin with one of the most powerful truths about time. Time is not experienced equally. Think back to your childhood. Do you remember how long your summer holidays felt? 2 months seemed endless because every day was filled with new discoveries, new adventures, and new experiences. Now think about the last 2 months of your life. They probably disappeared before you even noticed. The clock has not changed, but your brain has. Your mind stretches time when life feels fresh and meaningful, but it compresses time when every day becomes predictable and repetitive. That is why years seem to pass faster as we grow older. Many adults wake up, check their phones, eat the same breakfast, travel the same roads, complete the same work, scroll through social media, watch television, and go to sleep only to repeat everything again the next morning. Eventually, the days become so similar that the brain stores them as one blurred memory instead of many meaningful experiences. You are no longer creating memories, you are replaying routines. Imagine two people who are exactly the same age. One chooses comfort every day and never tries anything different. The other learns new skills, visits new places, meets different people, reads books, practices English, exercises, writes in a journal, and stays curious about life. After 5 years, both people have lived the same amount of time, yet one feels exhausted and empty while the other feels inspired and alive. The difference is not the number of years they lived. The difference is how deeply they experienced those years. If you truly want your life to feel longer, richer, and more meaningful, stop surviving your days and start living them with intention. Do something new every week. Learn something that challenges your mind. Spend a few quiet moments watching the sunrise or sunset without distractions. Listen carefully when someone speaks instead of thinking about your reply. At the end of each day, ask yourself one powerful question. What happened today that made me feel truly alive? If you cannot answer that question, then tomorrow is giving you another opportunity to change the story before another precious day quietly slips away. You don't have a time problem. You have a priority problem. That sentence may sound harsh, but if you truly understand it, it can change your entire life. Every person on earth receives the same 24 hours each day. The difference is not in the amount of time available, but in how that time is invested. Many people say they don't have time to exercise, read, learn English, spend time with their family, or work on their dreams. Yet those same people can spend hours scrolling through social media, watching videos they will forget tomorrow, worrying about things they cannot control, or saying yes to activities that add no value to their lives. Time does not disappear on its own. It goes wherever your attention goes. Imagine waking up every morning with 100 points of energy. That energy is your daily investment. Every unnecessary argument, every negative thought, every hour of mindless scrolling, every distraction, and every unhealthy habit quietly takes away those points. By the time evening arrives, many people have almost nothing left for the things that truly matter. They want to improve their lives, but they have already spent their best energy on things that brought them nothing in return. That is why priorities matter more than intentions. Dreams without action remain dreams forever. Think of your life as a beautiful garden. Every day you receive one bucket of water. If you pour that water on weeds, empty ground, or places where nothing useful grows, your flowers will slowly die. Your dreams, your health, your relationships, and your personal growth are those flowers. They need your attention every single day. You cannot expect them to bloom if you keep giving your best time to distractions. Start becoming honest with yourself. Write down the things you claim are important, such as your family, your health, your education, your faith, your peace of mind, or your future. Then compare that list with how you actually spend your day. You may discover that your calendar tells a completely different story than your heart. Real change begins the moment you stop making excuses and start taking responsibility for your choices. Every morning, ask yourself three simple questions. What are the three most important things I must accomplish today? What can I remove that no longer deserves my attention? If today were my last opportunity, how would I choose to spend it? These questions create clarity, and clarity creates better decisions. Another powerful truth is that the people around you influence the direction of your life more than you realize. Your environment quietly shapes your habits, your beliefs, and your expectations. If you spend your time with people who constantly complain, gossip, and criticize others, you will slowly begin thinking the same way. If you surround yourself with people who learn, grow, encourage, and challenge themselves, their mindset will naturally influence yours. Relationships either multiply your energy or slowly drain it. Imagine your heart as a peaceful garden filled with hope, confidence, kindness, and ambition. Now, imagine allowing people to walk through that garden every day while they throw trash, destroy flowers, and tell you that nothing beautiful will ever grow there. You would never allow that to happen in a real garden, so why allow it to happen inside your mind? Protect your peace. Choose friendships that inspire growth instead of fear. Spend time with people who celebrate your progress instead of competing with it. Learn to say no without feeling guilty because every time you say yes to something meaningless, you are saying no to something meaningful. Silence is often healthier than staying connected to relationships that constantly damage your confidence. Your future will be shaped not only by the goals you chase, but also by the people who walk beside you while you chase them. Remember, every hour you spend is an investment that can never be returned. Spend it with purpose, protect it with wisdom, and give it to the people and activities that help you become the person you truly want to be. As you continue this journey, remember that a meaningful life is impossible without a healthy body and a clear mind. Many people spend years chasing success while ignoring the very thing that allows them to enjoy it. They work late into the night, eat unhealthy food, skip exercise, sacrifice sleep, and tell themselves they will take care of their health later. But later often arrives with pain, stress, exhaustion, and regret. Your body is not a machine that can run forever without care. It is the home where your mind, your dreams, and your future live. Imagine owning one car for your entire life. You would maintain it carefully, change the oil, use quality fuel, repair problems early, and protect it because you know there will never be another one. Yet many people treat their own bodies with far less respect than they treat their possessions. They ignore warning signs, accept constant fatigue as normal, and forget that true wealth begins with energy. Without health, even the greatest achievements lose their joy. Start with simple habits instead of searching for perfect routines. Sleep enough to allow your brain and body to recover. Drink more water instead of sugary drinks. Choose one healthy meal every day instead of trying to change everything overnight. Move your body daily, whether through walking, stretching, or exercise, because movement creates strength, confidence, and mental clarity. Protect your mental health by reducing unnecessary negativity and giving yourself moments of silence where your mind can rest. Your future depends not only on how hard you work, but also on how well you take care of yourself. Another important part of creating the life you want is discovering your purpose. Many people spend decades working only to pay bills while ignoring the dreams they once carried in their hearts. There is nothing wrong with earning a living, but there is something deeply painful about forgetting why you wanted to live fully in the first place. Ask yourself what kind of work makes you feel alive. What skill would you gladly improve even if nobody applauded you? What dream keeps returning no matter how many times you try to ignore it? Those questions often point toward your purpose. You do not need to quit your job tomorrow, but you can begin dedicating a little time each day to building something that belongs to you. Read, write, create, practice, teach, or learn. Even one focused hour every evening becomes hundreds of hours in a single year, and those hours can completely transform your future. At the same time, learn to master your emotions because your emotions will influence every decision you make. Life will not always be easy. People will misunderstand you, disappoint you, criticize you, and sometimes even betray your trust. Difficult moments are unavoidable, but allowing those moments to control your entire life is a choice. Emotional intelligence means recognizing your feelings without allowing them to become your master. When you feel angry, pause before speaking. When you feel discouraged, ask yourself what lesson the situation is trying to teach you. When fear appears, remember that courage is acting despite fear, not waiting until fear disappears. Every emotional challenge is an opportunity to become wiser, calmer, and stronger. Finally, understand that money should never become your master. Money is a tool that gives you choices, freedom, and security when managed wisely. Spend less trying to impress strangers and more investing in your knowledge, your health, and your future. Save consistently, learn valuable skills, and avoid comparing your lifestyle with others. Real wealth is not measured by expensive possessions, but by the freedom to live according to your values without constant financial fear. A peaceful mind, a healthy body, meaningful work, emotional strength, and wise financial decisions create a foundation that supports every dream you hope to achieve. Continue building that foundation every single day because the life you want is not created through one dramatic moment, but through thousands of small decisions that quietly shape your future. Learning is one of the greatest investments you can ever make because the moment you stop growing, your life begins to stand still. Your brain was designed to explore, question, imagine, and improve. Yet many people finish school, stop reading, stop learning new skills, and slowly convince themselves that they already know enough. That is when life begins to feel repetitive, predictable, and empty. Growth keeps your mind alive. Every book you read, every conversation you have, every new language you practice, and every skill you develop expands the person you are becoming. Never believe that you are too old or too busy to learn something new. The people who continue growing throughout their lives remain curious, creative, and adaptable, while those who stop learning often become trapped in routines that slowly steal their excitement for life. Make learning part of your daily routine, even if it is only a few pages of a book, a short English lesson, or a meaningful conversation that challenges your thinking. Small lessons learned consistently create extraordinary wisdom over time. At the same time, remember that your life will never become extraordinary by accident. It must be designed with intention. Too many people simply react to whatever happens each day instead of deciding how they truly want to live. They follow expectations, chase other people's dreams, and spend years wondering why they feel unfulfilled. Take a moment to imagine your ideal day. What time would you wake up? What kind of work would you do? Who would you spend your time with? How would you take care of your health? What would bring you peace and happiness? When you become clear about the life you want, your daily decisions become much easier because you begin choosing actions that move you closer to that vision. Build your life 1 week at a time. Schedule time for learning, health, family, meaningful work, rest, and personal growth. Every hour should serve the future you are trying to create. Remove habits, distractions, and relationships that no longer fit the life you want to build. Saying no to what drains you is often the first step towards saying yes to what truly matters. Finally, never forget that your energy is one of your most valuable resources. Time matters, but without energy, you cannot use your time well. Every negative thought, unhealthy habit, toxic relationship, unnecessary argument, and endless distraction quietly steals your energy until you begin feeling exhausted without understanding why. Protect your mind the way you would protect your home. Choose peace over constant noise. Spend time in nature. Rest without guilt. Drink enough water, sleep well, breathe deeply, and give yourself moments of silence where your heart can recover from the pressure of daily life. Before saying yes to any opportunity, ask yourself one important question. Will this give me energy or take it away? The answer will often guide you toward wiser decisions. Learn to forgive yourself for past mistakes, release unnecessary guilt, and stop carrying emotional burdens that no longer belong in your future. Every new day gives you another opportunity to begin again with greater wisdom than yesterday. As we come to the end of this journey together, remember that these are not simply motivational ideas. They are reminders that your time is precious, your dreams still matter, your health deserves attention, your relationships shape your future, your purpose is worth pursuing, and your energy must be protected. You do not have to change your entire life overnight. Real transformation happens through small, consistent choices repeated every single day. If even one lesson from this message stays in your heart, then this time together has been worthwhile. Continue improving your English, continue developing your character, continue believing in yourself, and continue building the life you truly want. Your future is not determined by your past, your age, your failures, or your fears. It is determined by the decisions you begin making today. Thank you for spending these moments with me. If this message inspired you, remember to subscribe and continue this journey with us. Together, we will keep learning, growing, speaking English with confidence, and creating lives filled with purpose, wisdom, courage, and hope. Until next time, take care of yourself, believe in your potential, and never forget that the best chapter of your life is still waiting to be written. God bless you, and I'll see you in the next video.